It is one of the most consumed vegetables on the planet. Every day, more than 100 million onions are produced worldwide, which equals about 40 million tons per year. But how are millions of onions harvested and processed? In this video, we will discover how one of the world's most popular vegetables is produced. It all begins with a tiny black seed, similar to a grain of sand, that is carefully sown in seedbeds. These seeds are planted at a shallow depth and kept in a warm, humid environment, essential conditions to ensure uniform germination. The germination process lasts between 7 and 14 days, depending on temperature and humidity. During the first few weeks, the small plants require constant watering and good sunlight exposure to develop strong roots and firm stems. While the seedlings grow, the soil is carefully prepared. Onions are grown in large fields where the soil must be light, deep, and well drained, as this vegetable does not tolerate excess moisture. The land is plowed, leveled, and furrows are opened to promote drainage and oxygenation of the roots. When the onion shoots reach a height of 15 to 20 centimeters, they're ready for transplanting. These machines can cover large areas quickly and precisely, reducing effort and improving crop uniformity. The seedlings are carefully placed into the planter's hopper, which automatically distributes them into the furrows, leaving the exact distance between plants for proper growth. The machine opens a small furrow in the soil as it moves forward, inserts the young plant, and covers its roots with soil to ensure good contact. A modern planter can transplant thousands of seedlings per hour. Immediately after planting, a light irrigation is applied. The seedlings enter their vegetative development phase. During this period, it is essential to provide water, nutrients, and protection to ensure a large, healthy bulb. Irrigation is adjusted to the growth stage, more frequent at the beginning and during bulb formation, and less intense as the plant matures. As the green leaves capture sunlight and perform photosynthesis, the energy is directed to the bulb. When the leaves begin to bend, the onion has reached its maximum size and is ready for harvest. Next, a mechanical harvester lifts the bulbs from the soil and places them in rows. Mechanical harvesting allows thousands of onions to be processed per hour, reducing time and labor. After harvesting, the onions are left to dry in the field for 1 or 2 days exposed to the sun. Drying hardens the outer skin, reduces bulb moisture, and prevents fungus or rot during storage. Once the onions have completed their drying phase and developed a tough outer skin, it's time for collection. To save time and effort, a tractor equipped with conveyor belts is used to collect them. The tractor moves along the field rows, picking up the onions and depositing them in large baskets designed to keep them in perfect condition. These baskets allow safe transport to the warehouse, avoiding impacts or pressure that could damage the onion skin. In the warehouse, onions are kept in a cool environment at temperatures between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius and a relative humidity of 70%. This ensures the bulbs maintain their flavor, texture, and quality for weeks. When the onions arrive from the field, their first stop is an industrial cooling tunnel. In this tunnel, powerful fans circulate cold air evenly, quickly removing the heat accumulated during sun exposure and transport. The cooling tunnel keeps the onion firm, preventing it from wilting or softening. The onions take about 5 hours to reach the ideal storage temperature. Then they're sent to the sorting area. There, workers carefully separate them by variety and size, ensuring that each bulb meets the quality standards required for sale. The larger or perfectly shaped onions are usually destined for direct sale, packed in bags ready for supermarkets, while smaller, irregular, or slightly imperfect bulbs are sent to processing plants. In the plant, workers load the onions onto a conveyor belt that carries them to the peeling and cutting stations. This system allows large volumes of onions to be handled quickly and efficiently. At the first station, a machine makes a precise cut at the top and bottom of each bulb, removing the stem and root. At the same time, the machine makes shallow marks on the onion skin, weakening the outer layer to facilitate later peeling. Once the onions have been cut and scored, they move to an industrial peeler. This machine uses jets of pressurized air to remove the outer skin quickly and efficiently without damaging the bulb. The process runs continuously as the onions move through a rotating drum while the air gently strikes the surface, removing the dry skin layers. This industrial method is much faster and more precise than manual peeling, reducing waste and ensuring each bulb retains its firmness, juiciness, and texture. After leaving the peeler, the onions move to the quality control area, where they're visually inspected and in some cases checked by automatic sensors to detect spoiled, defective, or non-standard onions. Then the onions go through a rinsing machine with cold or ozonated water. This system uses ozone dissolved in water, a powerful antimicrobial agent that eliminates bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms on the onion surface without leaving chemical residues. The cold water also helps maintain freshness and firmness, preventing heat or excess moisture damage. Afterward, the onions pass through a metal detector as a precautionary measure. At this point, onion processing is divided into two lines, depending on the product desired, one for slicing and another for dicing. In the slicing line, workers place the peeled onions into feed hoppers that guide them safely and orderly towards the rotating blades. These blades can be adjusted to produce slices of various thicknesses, from 1.5 millimeters to 25 millimeters, depending on customer needs or the product to be made. Workers collect the complete slices and place them in plastic trays with a capacity of about 2 kilograms. Meanwhile, in the dicing line, the peeled onions are transported by belts to a high-speed rotary blade. Upon contact with the blade, the onions are chopped into uniform pieces, with sizes adjustable between 3 and 25 millimeters. This system is designed to maximize efficiency and consistency while maintaining the onion's freshness and texture. The smaller pieces are ideal for soups, sauces, and processed foods, while the larger ones are used in salads and stews. Next, the pieces are immersed in a cold water bath. Cutting an onion releases juices from its tissues, which can encourage bacterial growth, but this cold water treatment counteracts that effect, extending shelf life. Then the onion pieces are transported by conveyor belts from the centrifugal dryer to the packaging area. The dryer removes most of the water, leaving the pieces slightly moist but firm, making them easier to handle and preventing clumping inside the package. In the packaging area, the onions pass through an automatic scale that weighs each portion according to batch production standards. When the target weight is reached, an automatic gate opens, dropping the exact portion into the corresponding container. This system reduces waste and ensures each package meets weight requirements. Restaurants and food establishments usually buy these chopped onions in large bags, while supermarkets and final consumers receive smaller portions. Once packaged, the onions must be kept refrigerated, where they can maintain their freshness, flavor, and texture for at least a couple of weeks. For cooks with little time, these chopped onions represent a quick solution, saving hours of work in meal preparation. If you want to know how Maruchan soup is made, you'll find the link in the description and in the first comment.